Hello everyone. In today's video, we're going to be talking about quick tips to improve your communication. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm super happy to have you here. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date with our weekly videos on mental health related topics and helpful coping skills for you to apply in your own everyday lives. My name is Gabriel Arroyo and I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist located in Southern California. So in today's video, we're going to be starting our series of quick tips related to different coping skills and topics. So today's quick tips are going to be on how to improve your communication. So communication is definitely a difficult thing when we're dealing with other people. So whether it be romantic relationships, business relationships, family relationships, or just friendships, communication is definitely difficult. So here are some quick tips on how to improve your communication. The first tip is being mindful that there's two components of communication. There's the intended meaning, what you're trying to convey, and the interpretation. So what I like to practice is I always start off with my intentions up front. So sometimes I don't have the right words. So I say that up front. I say, hey, here's what I'm trying to get across. I don't know if it's going to come out the best, but here's my intention. So for example, with my YouTube channel, my intention is to provide helpful coping skills for all the viewers. So that way it's helping in their own everyday lives with whatever it is that they're being challenged with. So that's my intention. So I hope that my videos come across that way, but regardless, that's my intention. So now everybody's looking at it through that filter. So when you're communicating with somebody, just express your intention up front. Hey, I'm trying to communicate this particular point. I want to improve our communication. I want to improve this. I want to get closer, whatever the case may be. And now the viewer or the other person is viewing everything you are saying through that lens. And then the second part is asking, what's the interpretation? What did you get out of what I just said? So for my example with the YouTube channel, I ask for comments or questions, and that way I'm getting feedback. So I'm getting the interpretation from the viewers of what they heard. But if it's in a communication, so with your significant other, your friends, coworkers, whatever the case may be, you conveyed your point, and now you're asking back for that feedback. So what did you get out of what I just said? Did it make sense? What did you interpret? So that's tip number one, the two components being the intended meaning and the interpretation. Tip number two is always ask for clarification. Always ask. Never assume through the filter that you're looking at things that would be truth. So when I'm communicating with my wife or my friends or anyone else, I'm always asking for clarification because I never want to make the assumption that the way I interpreted something is in fact fact. Right? I could misinterpret things and I don't want to do that. Once again, it's going back to that first tip that there's intended meaning and interpretation. So if you're starting to feel a certain way about something, just ask for clarification. This is what I just heard you say. Is this what you really meant? And then the last and final tip is being mindful. Being mindful. So we have a lot of videos on mindfulness. Once again, mindfulness is always about being present moment focused. What happens when we start communicating with other people is we start assuming based off of our past history with either that person or other people, and we start assuming that that's how they're responding, that's what they mean, that's their intentions. So being mindful in the present moment, don't let things from the past affect how you're feeling, how you're communicating, and how you're speaking with that person right now. So an example, if we're, once again, working with significant others, family members, friends, if a conversation went south a while ago, or maybe even yesterday, or even hours ago, right? We want to be mindful. We're approaching this as a clean slate and approaching the conversation with mindfulness, being present moment, trying to exclude the feelings and the experiences from the past. Now, a big objections that I get from people about that is, well, don't I want to learn from my past? Yeah, absolutely, right? We do want to learn from our past. There's a difference between being mindful and remembering the past or visiting the past and living in it. We don't want to live in the past. So what that is going to look like is if I'm bringing up feelings from a past experience, be like, oh, well, you said this back then, or this is how this person responded, or this reminds me of this circumstance. Well, that's living in the past, because now you're bringing the feelings up to now, and that's never going to be helpful, and it's never going to be healthy. So we want to be mindful. We could visit the past, be like, okay, well, I remember this circumstance. This is how I approached it. This is how I felt. This is what I did. It didn't work out for me this way, so I'm trying to learn my lesson now. But once again, I'm being present moment with who I'm talking to right now and what I'm feeling right now versus living in the past and bringing up all that experience to the here and now. I hope these tips made sense. Once again, they're just quick tips to help improve communication. If you have any questions whatsoever, please comment below. I try to respond to all the comments, so just comment, ask any questions. I also have my contact information in the description below, so if you want to privately email me with any questions, by all means, please do so. And once again, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to stay up to date with our weekly videos on mental health related topics and helpful coping skills for you to apply in your own everyday lives. Thank you.